today's edition of Sponsor Spotlight, we welcome John Stevens from TheDonsDen. Thank you very much for your time today, John. We'll be discussing through his experiences in Speedway, both as a rider and behind the scenes with all the work he's been doing to keep the Speedway name alive in London, specifically relating to Wimbledon, and also touching upon his experience in Speedway with his son.
TheDonsDen is a group I set up back in 2016, originally to commemorate the anniversary of the sad passing of Tommy Jansen and keep a momentum of Don's followers and Speedway following in London. We had the initial reunion for Tommy Jansen back in 2016, and we had the closure of the stadium, the big reunion there. And then we thought, well, let's do something different. Nigel and Calvin, they do the road shows, so let's get them involved. So we decided to get them involved, and I think the fans enjoyed it. And then we moved on to the Ace Cafe. We were invited along. That was totally outside of Speedway, really. It's quite iconic, the Ace Cafe. So to be in part of that and invited along was superb. The property and land value in London postcodes is so high. To own a stadium that's only used once a week is just not profitable. So the only way for Speedway to be reintroduced to any area would be a share of use on any stadium. You know, we reminisce about the old names, West Ham, Hackney, but they are of the past. We need to look forward in general regarding Speedway. It would take a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, which is all doable. To get to that standard again, or to get to where Poland is, you need the local government and national government backing. The stadiums need upgrading. You know, we're racing, a lot of the clubs are racing around tracks and stadiums that were built in 1920 or just after the war, and the bikes have developed so much that you know, they need bigger tracks and better tracks to race on. Get away from the tradition and sort of bring a new form of Speedway back to the UK. You know, there's TV contracts and media outlets that Poland has the resource of, and they have the money. Speedway is quite traditional, you know, for the younger people. It needs to be trendy, it needs to be modern, it needs to be fast paced. You know, the meetings need to be quick. We went to the indoor motocross event at Wembley. It was great. There was flashing lights, there was music, there was a lot crammed in a small space, and that was at indoor Wembley Arena, and you got a lot for your money. With Speedway, you pay your £17-18, you get 15 minutes of racing, and it's not just the racing, it's everything. You expect the whole evening to be full crammed of entertainment. Ty Wolfenden is very trendy. He comes across really well with his tattoos. He's quite unique, and he's in with the crowd, or the young crowd, which is something that Speedway needs. Them riders need to be accommodating to fans and interact with fans more so. They need to be able to touch base with fans, young fans as well, and get in the communities. I was going to get into go-karting actually. Years ago, I had a choice. It was go-karting or Speedway. I was a gymnast as well. I had other interests as well, which complemented the Speedway. I started at Eastbourne on the junior track, tremendous training facility down there, and then moved over to Sittingbourne. And then I moved up to Rye House, and when that reopened, I was part of the junior team up there. When the opportunity came to join Wimbledon, with it being on my doorstep, and my dad following Wimbledon, and to be part of that was a great opportunity. We would love to re-emerge at some point in the future. However, lots of things to stand in its way. All meetings are memorable for different reasons. Wimbledon opening meeting was a memorable night. We had 4,500, 5,000 people there, and to turn up and then see this massive long queue stretching out the car park. Are they actually coming to see us race? It was quite amazing. Obviously, there's other meetings that I've won at Sittingbourne, Kings Lynn, when I rode at Arena Essex. I enjoyed my racing at Reading, Poole as well. There's a lot of tracks that I've enjoyed riding at. Dashu started a small little 50cc bike when you were 2. I think he had his first quad when you were 3. Got all set up for this year. We got his new race suit and the bike set up. I've only been on it twice, but we've not been able to get on the track, have we? We're thankful for Barry Bishop down at the Isle of Wight for getting us on track last year. We had a few spins out there, and you enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah. The crowd watching me, and also I liked pushing the bikes because it was raining when I was racing.
Who's your favourite rider at the moment?
Smash Slick.
Well, he's the world champion. through the mechanic at Ken King's, and then obviously coming on board last year with sponsorship. Unfortunately, I was at your meeting when you damaged your collarbone and your shoulder at Plymouth, the last one last year. It's been a pleasure to mechanic for you, help you out, and then obviously turn to sponsorship. Being at Speedway track with fellow mates and getting stuck in. If I'm not riding anymore competitively or riding at all, so if I can't do that, then the next best thing is obviously helping out a friend for sponsorship. So do a few grass track meetings. Did it the other way around. I did Speedway for years, and then I decided to get into grass track, whereas normally people do it the other way around. And I found the grass track quite enjoyable because it was a lot more laid back than Speedway. There's a lot more room on the track. To be honest with you, since I've stopped grass tracking in Speedway, I don't think I've found anything to replace that, other than sharing the passion and the adrenaline through my son. When you become a parent, things change in life and your aspects on things change. I would say don't put all your eggs in one basket, and to see what they enjoy. There is so many different disciplines and you could try each of them. I would say that you need to keep it quite generic at a young age because your skill set might be for a different discipline. I actually had started plans to have another reunion this year in 2020, and I'd spoken to a couple of ex-riders, got them on board, and it was just about finalising dates. But then obviously with COVID-19, it's kind of put pay to all that. We will look to do something in 2021, the format of which I don't know yet. It will be different to all the previous ones. So we do plan on doing something, and watch this space.